February is American Heart Month. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans. So in order to raise awareness, February 7th is National Wear Red Day. And in order to help get the word out, we have Jessica Lundgren, the Regional Director for the American Heart Association, here to talk about the event and why you should get involved. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to start as we lead into Friday, and we're all going to wear red. You're already wearing red today. Yeah. Just how important is it to have this whole month of February dedicated to, starting the conversation about heart health?
It's super important. What we find is that heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States. And it's not just men, it's women too. And when we think about those statistics, I think it's kind of sobering to think about, the 3 most important women in your life. One of them are going to succumb to heart disease as the statistics sit now. But the American Heart Association is working hard to combat that through events like Go Red for Women, where we're able to educate women on their risk factors and help them make small choices and changes in their life to prevent heart disease.
I was asking you in the break to break down the difference. So this Friday, we're all going to wear red, and it's National Wear Red Day.
Yes.
But I said I'm very familiar with, Go Red for Women.
Yeah.
Why have you put more of a focus on women and having those events?
Because in the past, I think a lot of people associated heart attacks and chest pain with men. And those cardiovascular symptoms look a lot different in women. And so women a lot of times downplay that because they're always worried about taking care of others. So we want to make sure women are well informed on what they can do to prevent that.
Can you talk a little bit about how the symptoms are different? What might be some of the symptoms for women?
Sure. I think, again, like I said, I think the biggest thing was women downplay it because they're always worried about other people and taking care of others. But again, that chest pain, that tightness in the jaw, the shortness of breath are all very common symptoms of heart disease.
And what are some ways, maybe easy ways, because a whole lifestyle change right away is hard, but there's some small changes that you can make to really help your cardiovascular health. What would be some of the recommendations?
Absolutely. So one of the biggest things we say is knowing your numbers. So there are 5 important numbers we want people to know. They're HDL and LDL numbers, which are good and bad cholesterol levels. Their blood pressure, their blood sugar levels, and then their BMI. With all these numbers, you can make well-informed decisions on small things you can do, such as eating healthier, drinking water, exercising every day, watching your sugar and sodium intake are important, and then also quitting smoking and vaping are really important.
Smoking and vaping, that has been kind of a hot topic, but it is a serious health issue that we have now learned.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk a little bit about getting moving as well, because you say move more is one of those things we should be aware of as well.
Absolutely. So there's easy ways to move more. A lot of people think, I don't have time to spend an hour in the gym, and maybe you can't afford an expensive gym membership. That's okay. Walking, even vacuuming, house cleaning, those are great ways to get exercise, which maybe aren't the funnest, but things we all have to do. Walking your dog, and I know we have cold winters out here, so finding an indoor track to just walk. All really easy ways that we can all fit in some time for exercise.
And eating healthy.
Yeah.
That kind of, we all know that, but there are some small changes we can make as well in our diet.
Absolutely. So maybe hold off on using the salt shaker on your food. Again, salt and sugar are big contributing factors to heart disease. Too much of those 2 things can make our heart work overtime. So maybe limiting down on some sugar-free snacks for dessert. That's an easy change to make.
Jessica, thank you so much for coming in today. Some small steps, but it's great just to start the conversation.
Of course.
Wear red on Friday.
Yep, this Friday.
And take care of your heart. So thank you so much for coming in today. Stay with us. Coming up next, we've talked with an expert on how Gen Z was affected by the Great Recession and how it influences their spending habits to this day.